Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cameron Sports Podcast. I'm your host here, Cameron Lindsay, back with another episode. I'm here with my not as handsome father, Michael Gavin.
Here we go again.
What? I said not as handsome. I said not as handsome. Right? You can't be more handsome than that.
Okay, if you say so.
Can't.
Look, I ain't trying to hide my handsomeness. You got your hat on like.
I mean, like, yeah, because I'm in a good mood. I got one of my charges here with pride. I mean, shit, I want to wear this bolt up.
Okay.
Don't pay attention.
Raider Nation.
Don't pay attention when you got
representing all day long, all day, every day.
You know, of course, we back here to discuss the NFL playoffs. You know, it's conference championship weekend. The Kansas City Chiefs are taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson. Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions on a Cinderella run, but even though I wouldn't even call them a Cinderella team, I think they're legit. Taking on Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers on the road. So, yeah, we're going to get into that. But before we do, I got something to celebrate, y'all. My Chargers hired Jim Harbaugh. We finally hired a coach. We finally hired a coach that's finally worthy. He started hiring these bums. First it was Anthony Lynn. Then it was, Brandon State. I don't know if I got his name. I'm happy they finally did it. They finally hired somebody that's worthy. We got a superstar quarterback in Justin Herbert, Jay Herbo. He's in his prime. We got a talented roster. He probably gonna make some moves. I'll probably let maybe Austin Eckler go, like get a running back, get a tight end, like something, O-line. We got the talent. We finally got a coach, and I'm happy.
Okay.
I'm happy.
Great. I'm happy for y'all, but don't get too hyped up before he get in there and make the move.
I said when we was in the kitchen, I said the next 3 years, we definitely are for sure gonna be Super Bowl.
And I'm gonna give you your props. The Chargers made a great move. I think Jim Harbaugh is a perfect fit for the Chargers. They got a veteran coach that's gonna come in there that knows the game. That's gonna come in there and make whatever move he needs to make. So I think
it's the best quarterback he's probably ever had.
This is the perfect fit for the Chargers. They are talented. They got much talent.
Yes.
So it remains to be seen. You know,
we just gotta stay healthy. We got the coach,
and we will see. While he's talking about the Chargers, okay, my Raiders are on the up and up also.
Antonio Pierce, I like the hire.
We got to hire for Antonio Pierce as our head coach. Think that's a great fit for us. The player.
And he grew up a Raider fan too, even though he played for the Giants.
The Raiders, they love him. You know, they got his back, and I feel like
especially Max Crosby.
Both of those teams are making they're making moves, and I think they're headed in the right direction. So I think next season is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, all the only thing y'all missing is a quarterback. So I mean, you got a draft where it's quarterback heavy. You got even though y'all not going to get Caleb Williams or Drake May, but you still got him, Drake May. You got Jaden Daniels. You got JJ McCarthy. You got Michael Penix Jr. So you got a lot of great young quarterbacks in this draft.
Yeah, it's a heavy draft, so it's going to be. It's going to be pretty. I think this draft is going to be a pretty good draft. I think all the teams that need to come up, I think they're going to get the right fit for each team, whether it's quarterback, lineman, running back, so.
Yeah, it's a lot of receivers too, But yeah, like some do what we need to do to compete with Kansas City. I'm tired of winning the AFC West every year. I hate the Chiefs more than the Raiders. We finally got this. The third coach in Justin Herbert's fifth season. Next year will be his fifth season. So I just feel like it's time to stop wasting his prime. He's young. I hope we can keep Keenan Allen. I know we'll keep Mike Williams, but even though my team ain't in the playoffs, I feel like this is our Super Bowl right here. I'm gonna celebrate. That's why I made sure to put the gear on. If y'all go back to early on in the season, I said I'm not watching the Chargers game full through until Brandon Staley was fired. I kept that promise. I meant it. I meant it because he should have been fired after that Jaguars lost in the playoffs.
You should celebrate when you make great moves and everything, but don't get ahead of yourself. It's a great move, and I think that with the Chargers hiring Harbaugh, it's a great move. So it remains to be seen in the upcoming season.
I guess so, but like I said, it's just hiring these bums, Anthony Lynn and Brandon Staley. Like, come on now. But I'm happy, y'all. Jim Harbaugh, the head coach, the former head coach of the Michigan Wolverines, who just won a national championship at Michigan, is now the head coach of my Los Angeles Chargers. So,
Yeah, everybody knows who Harbaugh is.
I'm just, hey, this is my moment. Let me have my moment.
Hey, have your moment.
Let me have my moment. But let's get into the playoffs. So again, AFC, you have the Ravens as a 1 seed, the Buffalo Bills a 2 seed, the Kansas City Chiefs as a 3 seed, the Houston Texans as a 4 seed, the Cleveland Browns 5th seed, Dolphins 6th, Steelers 7th. In the NFC, you got the 49ers as the 1 seed, Cowboys as a 2 seed, Detroit Lions as the 3rd seed, Tampa Bay Buccaneers as the 4th seed, Philadelphia Eagles as the 5th seed, Los Angeles Rams as the 6th seed, and the Green Bay Packers as the 7th seed.
Okay.
So, of course, you made our picks. But surprisingly, Cowboys lost against the Packers.
Right.
I was real shocked about that. Like I said, we both thought it was going to be a blowout. And even though I didn't watch the full game, like I said, I was doing something else. But yeah, I give it to Green Bay, Jordan Love. They might be a team that could definitely compete next season. Cowboys. I thought, because usually Cowboys they'll be like an average playoff team in the first round, and then I thought they'd get bounced in the divisional. Like that's what they do. But I was real shocked. I was like, wow. When I saw the score 27-0, but Jordan Love played very, 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 very well. Matter of fact, I think.
Well, I'm gonna say it like that. You prefer. First of all, when it comes to playoffs, you throw all the records out the window. Like everybody's 0-0, like, and everybody wants to win. So it all depends on who shows up that day. Like with the Cowboys and the Packers, the Packers showed up. Like they're like, hey, we're in the playoffs. Like we don't care that we're the 7th seed. Like we don't care what seed the Cowboys are. We're here to play. We want to win. And they have the talent.
I'm not saying they probably thought that, but I think, with Cowboys defense, Michael Parsons, and them, they're going to get the pressure. Jordan Love is young. This is his first year starting. This is his first playoff start. And Dallas, they average 40 points per game at home. They, against, all teams, they average 40. I'm going to say they're a real good team at home. So I factor that in, their defense, the pass rush. Green Bay Packers got young receivers, Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson. Now the defenses and the Packers front 7 is straight, but and of course you got Jair Alexander, but I just thought the Cowboys would be too much. But
like, basically what it boils down, who wants it more? Like the Packers going into this game, they don't care that Michael Parsons is this great defensive player. Like who cares? Like we're gonna go in, we're gonna hit him with this. Like
he wasn't a factor all game really.
Like they weren't caring about like he's all pro. Like they going into this like, hey, we want to win. We don't care if it's Cowboys. We don't care about their record at home. Hey, we're in the playoffs. We want to win. And in that game, I did watch the game. Jordan Love played mistake-free.
He did. In that game, he was 16 of 21, 272 yards and 3 touchdowns. They ran the ball very well also. Aaron Jones had 21 carries, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns. So they played very, very well.
So
even though the score was 48-32, it wasn't that close, y'all. It was like 48-16 with like 6 minutes.
If you look at the score, it really wasn't a close game.
It really wasn't, y'all. Don't let the empty calories. Don't let that score fool y'all. Like, and don't get me wrong, I like Dak, but he's not elite. I know he led the league in touchdown passes, but he's not elite. He's a good quarterback. Good. You can have there's a difference between good and elite. Good and elite.
But at the same time, okay, Dak is a good quarterback, but after the game, everybody want to point the finger at Dak. Like it's not only Dak. Like the defense didn't step up. If the defense would have stepped up, Green Bay wouldn't have scored all the points that they have. So you can't solely put this on Dak. It's a team effort. Like, and when you don't show up to play, this is what happens. So it's basically boils down to who wants it more.
But yeah, that was a game that shocked me the most. The Rams and Lions didn't disappoint. That was a good game. That didn't disappoint at all.
Right. And I think the Rams and the Lions, they played tit for tat. Like that game could have went either way. You know.
Yeah, a very good game. Like I said, it was Matthew Stafford's return to Detroit, and I know that meant a lot to both fan bases.
Right. So,
and also Eagles Bucks. That game didn't surprise us. Baker Mayfield. They had Baker Mayfield out there looking like the next coming of Peyton Manning. He went 22 of 36, 337 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Well, he played an outstanding game. Baker Mayfield has taken a lot of hit from different sources. Like I feel like he's a player. Like he has heart. I've seen Baker Mayfield play injured. Like the guy, he wants to win. He has heart. Like I feel like the Buccaneers. This is the perfect fit for Baker Mayfield. Like
I thought like personally, like I didn't see this coming. But like I said, he had 4,000 yards, almost 30 touchdown passes, and I don't think he had more than 10 interceptions. So he had a real good year. I think they're gonna pay him. They probably may give him maybe something like the Giants gave Daniel Jones, or maybe give him another 1-year deal to say, okay, can you do it again?
Right.
I'll probably do that. Give Baker Mayfield another year and say, all right, can you prove to us that you're the guy, that you're our guy? So because it's a lot of good quarterbacks in this year's draft.
And I feel like with Baker Mayfield, he started out with Cleveland. I feel like Cleveland gave him a raw deal.
Went to Carolina.
He got them to the playoffs. He was playing injured, and they were looking into the offseason, okay, we can get Deshaun Watson. They got Deshaun Watson. It's really not been a downfall. I feel like Cleveland could have gave Baker Mayfield another chance. Like, okay, let's let him get healthy. He's showing he's got heart. Like he playing hurt, and I like that. Like if
I don't know. I mean, at that time, Deshaun, before the whole allegations against him, like you got to continue to get Deshaun Watson.
But I'm not even talking about that. You got a good quarterback there. That's like. He's showing you like I want to win, but I'm hurt at the same time. But I still want to win.
I don't know.
But I feel like this is my opinion. I feel like they did give him a raw deal, and I feel like quarterback falls in that situation where he's with one team starter. Like he kind of gets shifted around 2 or 3 teams until he finds that team that is a perfect fit. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where Mayfield is right now. He found the perfect fit with the Buccaneers.
Possibly. I don't know if they're going to retain Mike Evans, but they probably will resign Baker Mayfield.
And you could say that I'm just like with Geno Smith, like he was shifting around a little bit, and he found his perfect fit with the Seahawks.
He didn't have a good year he did last year, but maybe. But yeah, Baker Mayfield played well. The Browns lost to the Texans. We got that wrong. You picked the Texans actually, so you got that right. I picked the Browns.
Right.
I thought Joe Flacco played flawlessly, but he turned back into Joe Flacco. So,
and I just felt like the Browns just didn't show up. Like the Texans, they were ready to play. He had a rookie quarterback with C.J. Stroud that showed up he
played very well. See, he went 16 of 21, 274 yards and 3 touchdowns in a 45-14 win over the Browns.
Right. Played a good game,
Very well. Like I said, and of course, the Dolphins Chiefs, we got that right. Chiefs beat the Dolphins. I ain't gonna lie, I'm really disappointed in the Dolphins. I thought they put more of a fight. They I'd say this season kind of exposed a lot of teams, the Eagles, the Dolphins, that they're not as good as we think they are.
I think with the Dolphins, it came down to the play calling. I don't agree with the play calling.
Trying to force Tyreek Hill the ball.
Right.
They should have ran the ball more, especially in that weather.
You have 2 backs that are good running backs. Like
run 4 threes and 4, because Raheem Mostert led the league in total touchdowns. He was one of the league leaders in total touchdowns, him and Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, and you got those 2 backs with Miami, they catch them.
Raheem Mostert and Devin Achane, rookie out of Texas.
Yeah, they're backs that can catch ball out of the backfield. So why wouldn't you work that? If it's not working with Tyreek Hill, you got those backs.
Jay Watley,
Don't try to force it if it's not there. And I feel like that's what the Dolphins did.
And of course, the Bills beat the Steelers. No shock there.
Right.
But yeah, that was the wild card round, the divisional round. Like I said, even though we didn't make it, we didn't have the show then. But I went ahead and made my predictions. I picked the Ravens over the Texans, and I got that right. Ravens dominated the Texans in the second half. The first half, it was close. I think it was 10-10 or 13-10. It was 10-10 tied up.
10-10 at halftime.
And then the Baltimore Ravens went on a 24-0 run in the second half. Lamar played very, very well. He went 16 of 22, 152 yards, 2 touchdowns on the air. On the ground, he had 11 carries for 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he played very, very well. He proved that he's the MVP, even though his stats may not be like Dak's, but I think he's done enough to where he put his team in a chance to win. Like, he's without Lamar. That showed that last year when the Ravens played in the wild card round with the Bengals, and look what happened when they played without Lamar.
Right.
They weren't the same. The offense wasn't the same. So I think he's gonna win the MVP, probably unanimously. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins it unanimously again.
Yeah, I would not at all be surprised if he wins the MVP. And he's been having a great season, not only running the ball, but he sits in the pocket.
Really, he hasn't run the ball as much as he did in the past. I think Lamar's not more looking to pass the ball now. He'll run it if he has to.
Yeah, he's looking, and if you don't know, Lamar is a great passer. Like he can throw the ball, so don't get it twisted.
He has gotten better. Both him and Jalen Hurts have gotten better at passing the ball.
But if it's not there, he will take off and
doing that. He gonna last 12 more years in the league by doing that. Looking to pass. Like I said, I like dual threat quarterbacks like that who look to pass first and then run if they need to, or like, all right, for us to win this game, maybe I have to use my legs and run the ball with my legs. So.
And I feel like he has a group of receivers that's
Odell, Zay Flowers, rookie out of Boston College,
Likely,
Zay Jones, Isaiah Likely. He stepped up big time.
And also
when Mark Andrews was out.
Yeah. So he's been playing pretty good ball.
You said what?
Bateman.
Oh, yeah, Rashad Bateman also. Zay Jones. They've been stepping up real big. Like I said, I think it's the best receiving crew that Lamar has had in a while, because he only has had Mark Andrews.
Right. And
Mark Andrews has been hurt. I think from what I'm hearing, he should be able to play this Sunday, but like I said,
they don't need him. Like, and being a player the kind of injury that he has, it's not serious, but it's serious enough. Like you shouldn't try to come back and play. Like, get healthy. Like we got the receiving core that we can play with, that can beat teams. So just sit back, get yourself well, let the Ravens go and do their thing. Along with that, I feel like also the Ravens defense, they took
best defense in the league.
Took C.J. Stroud out of his game in that second half. And
C.J. Stroud played pretty well pretty straight in the first half. So he really all season, even against the Browns, all season C.J. Stroud has played very well. I think he's for real. He probably win the MVP maybe within the next 3 years.
Yeah, it possibly could happen. But
definitely for sure win the offense.
But not taking it away, like teams like the Texans, the Packers. Hey, you guys don't have nothing to be ashamed of. I
for sure didn't see this from the Texans.
Stepped up tremendously.
I thought Texans may win 4 or 5 games. I for sure didn't see this coming. I thought the Jaguars would win the AFC South.
Right.
They went 9-3 and then lost the rest of their games.
But once you get that chemistry and the players gain the respect, the quarterback, and they gain respect to each other, they start playing together. And like
I said, D'Amico Ryans is a very good head coach, first year coaching. He actually played for Houston Texans.
Right.
So he's a very good head coach, and like I said, because the past few head coaches that Houston Texans has had, Lovie Smith and I forgot old buddy's name, they fired the last two black head coaches. So it's good to see a black coach succeed, especially in his first year.
Right.
And Houston,
he done a great job, So don't have nothing to be ashamed of. Hey, keep your heads high. You guys are doing great.
Yeah, they got a bright future ahead of them. Also, like I said, of course, the Packers and 49ers. I picked the 49ers. I thought it'd be a good game because, like I said, the Packers, like I said, played very well against the Cowboys, and they actually almost won this game. They should have won this game. Actually, when I was watching, the Packers should have won this game, but Brock Purdy stepped up. He led a game-winning drive. Christian McCaffrey ran it in and scored a game-winning touchdown. Like I said, Brock Purdy, he went 23 of 30, 252 yards and a touchdown against Green Bay. Jordan Love, he played pretty. He actually played pretty straight. Like I said, Packers defense played well.
And the only bad thing about that game, I'm not hating on Jordan Love, that last drive, which he threw the interception.
Yeah.
If he'd have just kind of thought about it, hey, not try to force it, maybe, okay, just throw the ball away. You got timeouts. You got time. Just throw that away, not try to force it, and that basically that interception sealed the deal for the 49ers. So,
I mean, for Packers,
yeah, for the 49ers.
But it was a good game though. I knew it would. Like I said, for a second, I'm thinking like, are we gonna have an NFC Championship game in Detroit? Packers versus Lions?
Right. It could have went that way. Like I said, when teams get into playoffs, they don't care about who the best team. Like everybody's 0-0 in playoff time. Like, hey, we want to win just like you want to win.
And plus, it's only one game. It ain't like the NBA where you have 7-game series.
Right. It's one game, one and done.
Sometimes, like I said, the best team doesn't technically win, but hey, so.
It just boils down to who wants it more.
Of course, speaking of the Lions, they took on the Buccaneers in the division round. I picked the Lions. I thought it'd be a pretty decent game. Like I said, I thought about the Bucs maybe, but if it was in Tampa, maybe. But Baker Mayfield, even though he had 2 interceptions, played pretty decently. Mike Evans had a great game. Like I said, the reason I thought the Bucs could give the Lions room for their money because the Lions secondary is kind of iffy. The pass rush led by Aiden Hutchinson is really good. You got the offensive side of the ball. You got Jameer Gibbs, who's a candidate for Offensive Rookie of the Year. The rookie tight end. I literally just forgot his name. I forgot his name, but he played well. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got Jameson Williams. So they got weapons. So yeah, and Jared Goff, like I said, he played very well. He went 30 of 43, 287 yards and 2 touchdowns. And
I feel like the Lions, it was a mixture of run and pass. Like it wasn't like 75% of the time we passing, 25 running. I felt like it was a balanced attack that they hit.
Like I'll say this, I may not have seen the Lions going to the NFC Championship game, but I knew they would make the playoff because based off of last year, because they finished last year off with a running record. They beat the Packers at home. They sent Aaron Rodgers packing out of Green Bay. But I give it to Dan Campbell. He might be coach of the, or him or D'Amico Ryan coach of the year. Like I said, I did not see the Lions being like on the verge of the Super Bowl. And like that was their first playoff win since '91. I wasn't even alive then.
Right. And I feel with those are my 2 candidates that if either one of those get coach of the year, I'll be okay. Like, cause they really brought their teams up and they gained respect. Like,
they kudos to the Buccaneers. Like I said, they had a good season. But Baker, like I said, I think that's gonna be Mike Evans' last game with Tampa because they didn't sign him to a contract before the season started, and he said he's gonna test free agency. So I don't think he's gonna be back in Tampa most likely.
Right.
But yeah. Also, Chiefs, Bills. I went back and forth with this one because they beat the Dolphins, but this game gonna be in Buffalo. Bills beat the Steelers. Chiefs receivers, we don't trust them. We don't trust Kadarius Toney. We don't trust Montez Scantling. We don't trust Rashid. I like Rashid Rice, the rookie out of SC.
Right.
He's pretty good. I like him. I only trust Mahomes, Kelsey, and Andy Reid. But the Chiefs defense is good. I think it's the best defense they can have. Since Patrick Mahomes has been there, he's like, I don't know if you know, but every year he's been a starter because he's been in the league for like 7 years now. 6 seasons as a starter. Each year he's been a starter, he's played in the AFC Championship game.
Right.
Now, and this is gonna be the first year he's played an AFC Championship game on the road, y'all. So all the other 5 years he's played at home. This will be the first time Patrick Mahomes has played a road playoff game in the AFC Championship game.
Right. And the game with the Chiefs and the Bills, I feel like the Bills beat themselves more than the Chiefs beat them in that game.
Really?
I feel like the Bills, they had crucial mistakes that they made, like drop passes, missed field goal, and you can't solely blame the field goal kicker. He did miss the kick that would have tied the game up. You can't solely blame that on him. You had Stephon Diggs that should have caught a pass that he did.
I think Josh Allen played. He didn't play great, but he played.
Yeah, and you can't solely say, "Hey, it's a Josh Allen fault." It was a combination of.
I just feel like that. I think, to be honest, this was the Buffalo Bills' best chance to win the Super Bowl because you had Joe Burrow hurt, you had Patrick Mahomes, their receivers being off, like, because I know for a fact they're gonna draft receivers in the draft, especially in the first round, because there's a lot of talented receivers in this draft class.
Right.
They most likely gonna fix the receiver position, so they probably gonna be better. Their defense is already good, so they gonna be better. If I ain't to be honest, like I said it before, if I was Stephon Diggs, I may ask her to trade out of Buffalo. It may be time because I feel like he hit his ceiling. Like there's no more growth. Like where can they Super Bowl window is kind of closed. Because look, you got Jim Harbaugh now for my Chargers. Lamar Jackson is getting better. I don't see him slowing down. Joe Burrow is gonna come back hungry. Like,
well, and also you gotta look at the coaching, like the play calling. Like you gotta look at the start with the coaching. Like,
yeah, Sean McDermott. I feel like nothing has happened yet. I haven't heard anything, but it might be time to move on for him too. I feel like it's kind of like the situation where in NBA with the Golden State Warriors, where Mark Jackson with the Warriors, he had that talented group with Clay, Draymond, Steph.
mm-hmm.
And they was winning, but they couldn't get over that hump.
Right.
They fired him and brought in Steve Kerr and never looked back.
Right.
So I think it may be that time to move on for Sean McDermott, maybe Bill Belichick. It's a lot of Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel. I think Belichick might be a good start. Maybe if he don't bring that Patriot coach that like I said this to you, I said if we don't get Jim Harbaugh, maybe Bill Belichick, but the only reason I'm iffy on that because if he try to bring the Patriot way, he need to start our own coach, the Charger way. Like this ain't New England, that's the Patriots.
Right.
So
Understood.
I feel like because look at all the assistant coaches that left the Patriots and try to establish the Patriot way. What happened?
Right. And I feel like if he did come in there, he would, cause it's a different day and time. Like, okay, let me come in here and let me get a feel of what the team, let's not try to do it the Patriots way. Let's try to do it the Bills way. But with my experience, you blend that together.
I don't know where Bill Belichick is going to go, but that would be a good fit for Buffalo to go to Buffalo. If they fired Sean McDermott, it may not look like it, but I kind of feel like Buffalo has kind of hit their ceiling.
Yeah, and I feel like Buffalo did have a good chance to make it to the Super Bowl.
Really, I thought they were going to make the playoffs because they were struggling, but they turned it up. I think they started playing their best football at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. They started playing great at the end of the season. The running game was clicking. Like
James Cook, Dalton Kincaid.
Right.
All of them was.
And I was looking like, okay, Buffalo, they might be, a team that might.
I feel like them and Baltimore. I was like them and Baltimore may come out because they beat Miami at Miami to win the AFC East.
And honestly, I thought that it would have been Buffalo and Baltimore in the AFC Championship game, but
But that's why I picked the Chiefs because you can't count Mahomes out. With me, we both Chargers and Raiders fans, and both our teams are in the AFC West, the same division as the Kansas City Chiefs. And one thing about Mahomes, I literally seen a game where my Chargers had the Chiefs beat. It was barely a minute left. This man drove down the field, and when I said, can't do.
Like, you can't give him any time to work with because he will beat you.
You throwing the ball like this, throwing it over the leg, like. So you can't count Mahomes out.
You can't.
Even though the Chiefs are struggling, I said you can't count him out because if you do, he gonna make you pay. And I just had to go with the bit like Mahomes. He went 23 or 41, 262 yards. That was against the Dolphins and a touchdown. Against the Bills, he went 17 to 23, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Kelce had both of those touchdown catches. He played very well. So you can't count him out. So that's why I picked. Even though I was rooting for Buffalo, I picked the Chiefs because the Bills have beaten Kansas City in the regular season before, but can they beat the Chiefs when it matters?
And they haven't. They have not beat them when it matters most
at all. So it is what it is.
So it's not. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, now we're down to 4 teams now.
You're right.
Championship weekend. So let's discuss the AFC NFC Championship game. So start off with the Chiefs versus the Ravens. Now this, Chiefs and Ravens got a little rivalry. They played each other a lot of times in the regular season. Mahomes has gotten the edge over Lamar most of the time. And this will be the first AFC Championship game the Ravens have hosted ever. I mean, technically the last AFC Championship game I saw it on Instagram was 1930 something when they were the Baltimore Colts.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the last. You weren't even alive, and you old.
Oh, here we go.
But yeah, like I said, Baltimore. I know they're gonna be hyped. Out there in Baltimore. Like I said, they're gonna be an easy game. Their defense is for real. Like I said, Lamar's gonna be ready. You can't count on Mahomes at all. Like I said, you can't just.
And I feel like the Ravens, they need to jump out on Mahomes early.
Do you think they should start off with the ball first, or should they?
No, I think they should go defense first. Get a feel on Mahomes, get on, hit him with that rush, take him out of his game.
I agree with that too. I think start on defense first. Like I said, get at him, rough him up, see how much he can take.
Right, and also when the Ravens get on the offensive side of the ball, work that running game like you did.
You got Gus Edwards, you got Justice Hill.
Yeah, work that running game like you did against the Texans. You had Gus Edwards, Hill, and then you got Lamar, and also the back that you brought in, Dalvin Cook.
Oh yeah, Dalvin Cook. I forgot Dalvin Cook is on the Ravens now. Yeah.
They had over 200 some yards between 4 guys running the ball. So it doesn't. One back doesn't have to have.
And plus, that way running the ball, you keep it out of Mahomes' hands.
Yes, one back doesn't have to be the goal.
And plus, the Ravens are a run the ball team first. They run the ball first. So they just need to play their type of brand football. Keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands. Don't let him cook.
And Lamar, just keep throwing the ball the way you've been throwing it. Like, okay, if you have a chance to throw it deep, throw it deep. But if not, cross the middle, nickel and dime. Keep that running game going with it.
The O-line just need to protect them like Chris Jones, the best defensive tackle right now in the NFL. Keep him out of Lamar's face, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, but I think the Chiefs are going to have a hard time. I don't think they face a defense like the Ravens this year.
Maybe not, And plus, like I said, I still don't trust even though they did beat the Bills in Miami, I still don't trust their receivers.
Right. So it might be a long day for Mahomes, but then again, this is Mahomes, so you never know. And my prediction is the Ravens. I'm gonna go 30-24.
30-24 Ravens. Going back and forth with this one. I'm like, I would love to see Lamar win the Super Bowl. I think he deserves it. Like I said, if he wins this, would you put him the second best quarterback in the NFL? Because they got Joe Burrow. If Lamar wins this, because obviously he's gonna be 2-time MVP. He's gonna be a Super Bowl champion, and probably if they win the Super Bowl, it's like gonna be the MVP. Joe Burrow, I understand people like Joe Burrow, but he has 0 MVPs. He went to Super Bowl and lost. Do we count? Is that a trophy? That's not an award, right? You don't get participation awards for the Super Bowl.
I'll say he'll be top 3.
Like I said, they talking about he's the second best quarterback. Like I think he'll be the best quarterback in the AFC North. I would put him above Joe Burrow.
Oh, absolutely.
You got to factor win
in the North.
Because I see analysts on first things first or speak. And factor winning, they talking about Herbert having won this and that. Like he can't play defense. If Lamar wins this game, goes on to win the Super Bowl, most likely win MVP, win the Super Bowl MVP, I'm putting him right behind Mahomes.
Okay, I can say that too.
Just like they do in the NBA, like when Jokic and Nuggets won, they said he the best. Even though I think Giannis, they said he the best player. If Lamar wins this, he's the second best quarterback in the NFL.
I can say that.
I put him above Joe Burrow. Until like you got to the Super Bowl, but you lost.
Yeah, and
you lost.
I could say that. I agree. I agree with you on that.
So I like I said, I want to see Lamar do that. Also, then you got the Chiefs. Mahomes, you can't count him. You really can't count him out. Andy Reid is one of the best head coaches of all time. I think currently right now is the best head coach in the NFL.
And I feel like if the Chiefs they gotta hit Mahomes, they gotta come out on hard. And not only Mahomes, Pacheco, he runs the ball hard. He's a hard runner.
For the Chiefs to win this game, they gotta run the ball with Isaiah Pacheco. The Chiefs receivers gotta play like they did against Buffalo. But the Ravens win this game, they got of course they're probably going to double team Kelsey. Most likely. Take Kelsey out, make the other Chiefs receivers beat you.
Right.
Take Kelsey out of the game because that's Mahomes' weapon. They don't got Tyreek Hill no more.
Right. That's
the scapegoat. If Mahomes is scrambling and he just he gonna look for Kelsey. So they're gonna double team him and get pressure on Mahomes. So, but you can't count out the Chiefs with Andy Reid, Mahomes. As long as they got them three,
yeah, you definitely can't count out.
But I'm gonna go Ravens 27, Chiefs 24.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Ravens get it by 3, and then they move on to the Super Bowl. Like I said, ain't completely confident in it, but because you can't count out Mahomes, I'm sorry. At this point, I see too much. He's arguably the GOAT, like of the generation.
Well, yeah, the new GOAT. Yeah.
So I know you don't like Brady, but
yeah, we don't even bring Brady in this conversation. We don't.
Gotta respect the GOAT. But yeah. But let's get into the NFC Championship game. Detroit Lions versus 49ers. Again, Goff played well against the Bucks, 30 of 43, 287 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brock Purdy played pretty decently against the Packers. Not amazing, but
right.
23 of 39, 252 yards, 1 touchdown. I think this game can go either way. I like I said, I'm not, because Brock Purdy's Brock Purdy's not elite. All season, some people thinking like he's elite. Like how after he played 7-8 games in the regular season. Like this year, like when McCaffrey went out, Debo went out, Tristan Williams, the best left tackle in all of football, went out. I think was Kittle hurt too. He may have been, but when those best weapons out, doing that stretch when they lost 3 in a row, how is he playing? Not good.
There you go. Like, and what he needs to figure out is, okay, if my go-to guy go down, I need to figure out, okay, we got a guy that can distribute the ball.
You got Brandon Ayuk, which I told you, Brandon Ayuk is a real good receiver. Like I know he had a breakout year.
I think Ayuk is probably the best receiver on the 49ers.
You think so? Better than Debo?
Yes.
Oh,
yes. Debo, all around, he's an all-around player.
Yeah.
Overall, Ayuk is probably the best receiver that the 49ers have.
Maybe, because I don't know, because Debo, I kind of look at Debo as a receiver anyway.
George Kittle, he's kind of like your undercover guy. Like, okay, we need this 3rd and 8. Okay, we're gonna drop it off to Killers. But overall, I feel like Ayuk is the man, is their go-to receiver.
Plus Debo might not even play because I think he got hurt in that game.
And I think the 49ers need to figure out how to play without Debo.
Because I feel like he still can. You got, like I said, no disrespect Debo, like I like Debo. You still got Chris McCaffrey, who led the league in rushing touchdown. He's most likely going to be Offensive Player of the Year. You got George Kittle. You got Brandon Ayuk. You got Jennings.
And Jennings stepped up and played a pretty good game last game. So you got weapons there. And they just got to figure out how to do it.
Like I said, so really I think, like I said, Brock Purdy, he probably was an MVP candidate most of the season. He's a good quarterback. I just don't think he's elite. He's a system. He does enough. Right now, I think he's more of a system quarterback. Like he's in the right system. He got the right receivers. He got the right offensive line. He got the right head coach, Kyle Shanahan.
And let me stop you right there. And I feel like it doesn't solely fall on Brock Purdy. I think some of that falls on Shanahan. Because I don't agree with a lot of his play calling. Like there was several plays that he ran,
especially in the Super Bowl against when he was with the Falcons.
Against the Packers last week. I'm wondering like, why are you running that play? Like, dude, like why are you doing like so? I think with Shanahan, I think he's a great coach. Like
one of the best offensive minds.
I think sometimes he try to be too conservative. Like, hey man, it's Super Bowl time. You gotta throw
some of his play calling, like when he was an offensive coordinator with the Falcons. That's the reason he lost to the Patriots. When he was in the Super Bowl against Kansas City years ago, 4 years ago, that cost him Super Bowl against them. They was up majority of that game.
Right.
And the Chiefs came back. So I feel like he's a great offensive mind, but sometimes his play calling like cost him. Like he don't like this is Super Bowl. Like if he would have ran the ball against the Chiefs, they probably would have won that Super Bowl.
They probably would.
Jimmy G probably we aren't even talking about Brock Purdy. Jimmy G probably still be in San Fran right
probably
now.
Would. Like so hey, at some point in time you didn't gotta be conservative. You gotta, hey, we got this play. Hey, let's throw this out. Yeah. It's Super Bowl time. We gotta win, you know.
Of course, the Lions, Goff played very good against the Bucks. Again, 30 or 43, 287 yards, 2 touchdowns. I ain't gonna lie, Goff has reemerged. Like I said, I know he was motivated against that game against his former team. Like I said, 'cause it's like he felt like he got dumped. It's like when you're in a relationship, you get dumped, and then for somebody, then you come back and you beat that former team. I know that had to feel good.
And I feel like, and I'm gonna just throw the Rams in there, like with both of those quarterbacks, they just made us.
They got traded for each other.
Yeah, they got traded for each other. When it started out, like it was kind of. I don't think it was more. I think it was more bumpy for Goff than Stafford. But
I mean, it worked out for both teams because the Rams won the Super Bowl with Goff. Stafford.
And I feel like now looking on it, I think that was the right move because if you look at the Rams, okay, Stafford, he's a perfect fit for them.
And the Rams now they rebuild now. You gotta they rebuild quick. That's the fastest because they were bad last year. Now they're back good again.
Right.
So.
And Goff, he emerged like starting last year. And this year he had a great, a pretty good year.
I thought possibly him and Hooker could possibly take over at some point. I don't think that's gonna happen now.
Right.
Goff looking real good. So, but I give the Lions a real good shot. What is your prediction for this game? Like, I think for the Lions to have a chance, you gotta stop Nick Bosa. You gotta stop that pass rush.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Nick Bosa, Chase Young, Vernon
Greenlaw,
the
Warner,
Vernon Hargraves.
Like the 49ers, they're so loaded on defense, and if you can't,
especially that defensive line.
Like if you can't control it, it's gonna be a long day for them.
But they gotta get off the line. The Lions do got good. But Penny Sewell, tackle out of Oregon, they got a pretty good offensive line. So,
and I think Detroit just stay with your game plan. Like y'all threw the ball up.
You got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got Jameson Williams. You got I think T.J. Hawkinson is gonna be playing. You got the rookie tight end.
What is Laporta?
Yeah, Laporta. You got Laporta. That's what I was thinking of. Laporta.
Yeah, Laporta. Yeah.
You got Jahmyr Gibbs. You got David Montgomery.
Yeah.
So you got weapons. So I think it's gonna be a close game. The Packers can keep it close. The Lions can keep it close.
Yeah. I'm gonna say.
I know it's tough, man.
I'm gonna say 49ers. 28-24 49ers.
28-24 49ers. I don't know this one. I want to see the 49ers at this point because the Eagles not in it. And even though I'm not an Eagle fan, I say I love for them. I would like to see them get it. But wouldn't it be interesting? Detroit Lions versus Baltimore Ravens. Wouldn't that Super Bowl be somewhat interesting? But as people say, they think the NFL is trying to make it 49ers Ravens.
I think so. And strange things that happen, like that could be absolutely a great matchup.
I know it was something. I'm getting that gut feeling. Something telling me to say Lions, but I'm not gonna go 49ers.
Yes,
I gotta go 49ers. And I'm gonna say not a shootout. I'm gonna say low scoring 49ers. I'm gonna say 49ers like 17, Detroit 13.
Okay.
I'm gonna say low scoring. Both these teams, like I said, good teams, good defenses. Like I said, not elite quarterbacks. Goff is good, not elite.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy is good, not elite. Even though I would take golf. I think golf is better than Brock Purdy. I don't know people trying to argue who's better, golf or Purdy. Like, come on now, it's golf.
And I think he is a better quarterback.
It's golf. So I know.
But I think the 49ers will edge out the line.
I would like to see Lions Ravens Super Bowl. I saw them, talking on first take or speak. I'm like, what are those Lions and Ravens Super Bowl? I was like, really?
Yeah.
That would be like a team that hasn't just hosted their first playoff game. Who knows how long since 91. Again, I wasn't alive. The last time they won a playoff game was 91, and they just go off to the Super Bowl and play it. That's a Cinderella story.
But I think what America say wants to see is the Ravens and the 49ers.
But let's
you never know. It could be the Chiefs and the Lions. Like I said, stranger things will happen.
The Lions did beat the Chiefs week 1, matter of fact. But even though Travis Kelce didn't play, they still beat them in Kansas City. And I picked the Lions to beat the Chiefs in week 1. But like you said, right, even though if it is 49ers Ravens, would this be a good game because the Ravens beat the 49ers, on the road this time?
I think it would be.
It's hard to beat the team twice.
I don't think it would be a blowout. I think it would be absolutely be a good game.
Like I said, when they were playing the 49ers on the road, I thought it was because it was going back at first, like it was close, and then the Ravens just started taking off.
Because I think you do, if they did match up, you do have. I think with that game, you had a few injuries with both teams. But I think now if they be matched up, like you may have one or two that might not play, but I think it'll be a great matchup. I don't think it would be a blowout. I think it absolutely be close because you got two top defenses playing against each other, and I think it would be a great matchup.
Yeah, like I said, both got the 49ers and Ravens advancing to the Super Bowl. I'm still gonna be trying to root for the Lions. And like I said, we'll make our Super Bowl picks, around that time. We're not going to go into it because you never know. It could be Chiefs Lions, it could be 49ers Chiefs, it could be Ravens Lions.
Yeah, you don't know.
You never know.
We know what America wants, so it remains to be seen. Right.
But y'all, that's as we talk about today, the playoffs so far. Hope y'all been enjoying it. Like I said, it's been a pretty interesting season. Like I said, it's going to be sad for the NFL season to end. College football is over.
Right.
NFL is getting ready to over. We still got NBA. Like I said, if you want to come back on the show, talk some NBA.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, we're getting close to All-Star Weekend and getting close towards halfway to the end of the season. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I'm happy, y'all. Even though my team ain't in the playoffs, I'm still happy, It is both.
Well, you're supposed to represent. That's your team.
You right.
You're gonna always represent Raider Nation, so.
I ain't worried about that garbage.
It looks good, silver and black. Y'all know.
No, it don't. No, it don't. And matches your gray hair.
Hey, that's cool too. Hey.
We'll see. But I appreciate you coming back on.
Mm-hmm.
I know we didn't do nothing last week. We was busy, but I appreciate you. I have you on again next.
In a couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks. But yeah, y'all stay tuned in. Like I said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all will tune in. Like I said. May not be one of the top podcasts, but it's all about consistency. That's what I do it for, not for the clout. I'll earn that. So
yeah,
like I said,
keep doing it.
And like I said, we talk some of the sport off camera.
Right.
Might as well do it on camera.
What? Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
And like I said, you might see me on ESPN one day or FS1. So
you're gonna be there, son.
Exactly. Like I said, it's nice to me. You might get some rain. Maybe.
All right.
Depending on how I like it, even I don't like it. But. I appreciate each one of y'all tune in. Y'all stay blessed. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on any social media. I got it in my bio on my channel. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all stay tuned. I'll see y'all next time.